Hey guys, I'm Fancy, and this is Murder by Design. Alrighty, well, welcome back to the channel, guys, for another True Crime Tidbit. I did want to give you guys an update. So I shared a missing person live as it was happening kind of thing the other day, and I'm happy to say that the gentleman has been found and he is safe. So thank goodness for that. I'm so glad that he was found. But today we're going to get right into this. So on the night of June 21st, 2013, Rayne Perrywinkle and her three daughters, Cherish 8, Destiny 5, and Nevaeh 3 were shopping inside of a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know why it's always Florida. Anyway, according to court testimony, they had already been to the Family Dollar where Rayne had bought some household items. Rayne's boyfriend had given her $100 before she left to go to the store. The $100 was supposed to buy some things for the house and for the girls, and Rayne needed to make sure there was enough left over to pay for a ride to the airport the next day because 8-year-old Cherish was booked on the flight the next morning to California to visit her dad, Billy Giroux. While in the Dollar General, Rayne asked about the price of a dress that she wanted to purchase for Cherish. She didn't buy the dress because she didn't think she would have enough money for everything. As Rayne walked out of the store with her daughters, she was approached by an older male who introduced himself as Don. He began chatting with Rayne and told her that he wanted to purchase the dress for Cherish and some clothing for the three girls. He said his wife would be meeting him there shortly with a gift card and he would use it to buy the clothing. Rayne was struggling financially and her daughters really needed some new clothes, so she decided to wait with him for his wife to arrive. After waiting for about 30 minutes, Don's wife still hadn't shown up, so he offered to take Rayne and the girls to the Walmart on Lim Turner Road and said his wife would meet them there. Although she would later say she had a strange feeling about Don, Rayne agreed and loaded her three little girls into Don's white van, putting Nevaeh's stroller into the space where some of the seats had been removed. When they got to Walmart, they waited in the van, with Rayne apparently believing that Don's wife was still on her way. After waiting for about another 20 minutes, she still wasn't there, so Don, Rayne, and the girls entered Walmart. They shopped around the store and continued to chat with Rayne, telling Don, a man she met about an hour earlier, a lot of personal information about herself and her daughters. Rayne would later say that she noticed Don paying too much attention to Cherish and maybe he was grooming her. But she allowed Don to take Cherish to the dressing room twice while Rayne looked at shoes. You've got to be kidding me. She said she hoped Cherish was okay, but she didn't want Don to think she was overly protective of Cherish, so she let him take her into the dressing room alone. Are you effing kidding me? Holy crapanola. By this time, they had been in Walmart for almost 2 hours, and Rayne and the girls hadn't had dinner yet, so the girls started asking for food and getting cranky. Don volunteered to buy the kids burgers from the McDonald's inside of the Walmart. He took Cherish with him, and when they didn't come back, Rayne went to see what was taking so long. That's when she realized that the store in McDonald's, or the in-store McDonald's, was closed, and Don and Cherish were gone. Okay, surveillance footage would show the two walk out of Walmart, and then Don's white van is seen leaving the parking area and driving past security officers. Rayne called 911 at 11:18 p.m. from Walmart, and the search for Cherish began. By 3:30 a.m., Don was identified as Donald J. Smith, a registered sex offender with a long criminal history with numerous offenses against children, who had gotten out of prison just 3 weeks earlier. It was also determined that his mother was the owner of the white Dodge van. Law enforcement put out an Amber Alert for Cherish and also held a press conference. At around 8:30 in the morning, a woman called the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and told them she saw a suspicious vehicle matching the one on TV at approximately 7 a.m. at the Highlands Baptist Church on Rutgers Road. But the vehicle was not there anymore. At 8:57 a.m., a patrol officer was at the scene of a car accident and she happened to see the van drive by. She called it in at 9:07 a.m. Donald Smith was taken into custody, but Cherish was not in the van with him. The K-9 team was sent to the Highlands Baptist Church, where Smith's van was seen earlier that morning, and at 9:20 a.m., Cherish's body was found. Cherish had been viciously raped and brutally beaten and murdered by a monster. This one is hard. Shortly after, Cherish's two other daughters, Destiny and Nevaeh, were removed from her custody by Child Protective Services and have since been adopted by an aunt in Australia. It also came out in the media that Rayne was born in Australia and her birth name was Kimberly. She had a daughter in Australia and abandoned her when she was just 5 years old. She came to America, changed her name, and never looked back. In interviews, her family in Australia said that she was not a good mother and they always worried about her children. Donald Smith's trial was in February 2018, and when the autopsy photos of Cherish were shown, the medical examiner and several jurors cried in the courtroom. In May 2018, after just 14 minutes of deliberation by the jury, Smith was found guilty of first-degree murder and sexual battery and was sentenced to death. On Monday, our friend Lee Egan from Crime Online reported that the Florida Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments this week about whether Donald Smith should receive a new trial. His lawyers are arguing that his trial should not have been held in Duval County due to the case's high publicity and media interest, and that the autopsy photos, which showed severe injuries to Cherish's private parts and trachea, should not have been shown in court. There have always been a mixed bag of opinions on this case. Some blame Rayne Perrywinkle 100% for Cherish's death and had nothing kind to say about her. There was even speculation online that she sold her daughter to Smith and he was supposed to bring her back, but the plan went awry. Others have more sympathy for her and see her as the victim of a predator who saw a mother in need and targeted her family. You know, guys, I don't know. It's a mixed bag for me as well. I hate these ones where it's kind of like, I feel like they could have totally been prevented if the parents had been doing what they were supposed to be doing. Another case like this that reminds me of in the fact of whether you should hold the parents accountable or not. I mean, obviously he killed her. He needs to be held accountable for that. But then again, is it like the parents are responsible? Is the case of the little boy who, I can't remember the name, but it was a little boy who was 4 years old. And his mom had a brand new baby, and his daycare was literally at the end of her block. Okay. So, the little boy was getting impatient, didn't want to wait for the new baby to finish eating or whatever she was doing with him. And so he kept bugging his mom to go ahead and let him walk down the street to this daycare. And at first she said no, but then he kept bothering her, and she finally said okay, because she thought, well, he doesn't have to cross any streets, and he just is walking to the very end of the block. Well, he left, went out the house, and he is 4, mind you, 4. I don't understand anybody with this thought process at all. It's kind of like the Madeline McCann people where, like, I don't understand, even if they didn't do it, which I think they did do it, but even if they didn't, like, what were you doing leaving children that young alone in a hotel room? So, but anyway, the story that I'm telling, he walked down the street, a 13-year-old boy in the neighborhood kidnapped him, brutally assaulted him, and murdered him. And he obviously never made it to the school. Well, she finds out that he didn't make it to the school. She doesn't even go check. Like, seriously, I'd call and say, hey, my son was walking down there. Did he make it? After I was done dealing with the baby, if that at very least is what you're doing, I mean, good God. But, in that instance, I feel like the mother was responsible in some way and probably should have been held responsible. But then again, you think about, well, how much suffering is that poor mom going through, knowing that the decisions that she made is what got her daughter killed, or her son killed in this instance. And in this instance, it's this mom. And I mean, they're saying that she wasn't a good mom, that she didn't really care about the kids, obviously a broken family several times, because if only one daughter is flying out to see the father, probably not the father of the other kids, so I mean, oh my gosh, this is just a hard one for me. I definitely feel like the mother in some way should be held responsible for this. And I'm not sure if I think she sold her daughter to him. I mean, maybe she did. Maybe she was, she was down on her luck and she sold the child for, whatever. I mean, I'd hate to think that. I hate to think that mothers would do that, but I hate to think that mothers would do a lot of things. I mean, when we talk about the moms who kill, like we're talking about Diane Downs right now, and I hate to think that she killed her children or tried to kill her children because of a guy, but it's the truth. It happened. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this case? Please drop me a comment below and let us know. And I may read the comment on one of our next shows. So, guys, just let us know what you think about this. We will be back this Friday. I believe we're going to go ahead and be talking about the Ray Rivera case. We were originally going to bring you the Danny Stowe case last week. However, I've just now gotten in contact with a new investigator on the case. He's done a lot of work, so we're actually going to put together a longer segment on that and feature it for maybe either one of our Crime of the Months or on the third season of The Good Wives. I'm not sure, but we're working with him. He's spoken with a lot of different people in that case, so we're really excited about that. And then I know we skipped Monday about Diane Downs. We just weren't ready to go ahead and present the first episodes, but we'll be back on Monday with that. So guys, keep tuning in and don't forget to don't forget to miss her. No. Don't forget that Colleen will be live on Friday with her True Crime Tidbit at 3:00 Eastern. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are our True Crime Tidbits. Oh yeah, Stella, I know. It's a really sad case. Like this is a sad case. And I mean, there are times where people do sell their kids. Like it's sad to think about, but they do. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful rest of your hump day, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye.